Hey there, Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com. Simplify your way to wealth. Does that sound like an oxymoron to you? Maybe it does. But what if you really could do that, right? We talk a lot about building our businesses, and we talk about growth, and we talk about all of these things. But what if you really could simplify your life and your business and be wealthier, be happier, be healthier, be richer, right? Because I think wealth and rich are different words, right? Wealth is really all-encompassing in your life, right? Wealth is about health, it's about finances, it's about the freedom to do what you want when you want, right? That's wealth. Rich is, to me anyway, is about money. It's about the dollars that you have, right? And I think those are different things. But what if you could simplify your business, simplify your life, and have more, be more, do more, right? And so look, I'm not talking about, selling the things that you love. I'm not talking about, getting rid of. I am talking about scaling down, I guess, and looking at your business, right? My guess is if you're like most people that I work with and most people that I talk to, there are holes in your business. There are holes in your bucket that are leaking money that you're either not aware of or you're not paying attention to, right? So for example, are you paying for duplicate things? Do you have more than one CRM, and why, right? If it's good, then it should do the things that you need. Are you paying for audio and video kinds of things separately? Are you, do you have multiple ways that you're doing things that you're paying for, right? Do you have Zoom and GoToWebinar, for example, or one of the other ones? Really looking at those things. But, here's the thing that I know about 6- and 7-figure businesses is that we have a tendency to overcomplicate things. We overthink things. We jump at the latest and greatest, right? The squirrel, the bright shiny object syndrome. That's what I call it, VSOs, right? Bright shiny object syndrome. We jump at these things because we think they're going to make our lives simpler. We think they're going to make our lives easier, right? When in fact, many times what happens is things get more complicated. With all of these tools, with all of the technology, with all of the leveraging that we try to do with these things, we think it's going to get easier, but we complicate things. Why? Well, because we're mesmerized, if you will, by the latest and greatest, by, somebody else must have a better idea than I have, right? We downplay, I think, our smarts. We downplay how well we've done, the good stuff that we do. And think back in your business. For those of us who've been in business for a while, it's more difficult to do, but think back in your business when you were first getting started. And, things ran probably pretty smoothly. You probably didn't feel like they did, right? But it was simple. You didn't have, you didn't have 9 million tools. You didn't have, all these crazy things happening. And yes, things do have a tendency to get more complicated as our businesses grow, right? We add people, we add technology, we add leverage, we add more systems, but the systems should simplify, right? The systems, easy for me to say, right? Too many S's. The systems should make it easier for you to conduct your business. It should give you the ability to step back a little bit more, right, in your business. It shouldn't complicate things. It should make your life harder, more difficult. And so I really am going to challenge you to what are the things that you can simplify in your business. Again, look at things, start by looking at where are you leaking money? Where are there holes in your business? Where are there holes in your bucket? Where are there things that maybe you're duplicating services? You're paying for things that in more than one of the same kind of thing. And look, I'm not the proponent for change just for the sake of change, right? I think sometimes we trade one issue, challenge, or problem for another. When we start to look at, for example, one of the big things that people look at and change and do differently is, their CRMs, for example. We'll change from X to Y, and Y has problems. And so I'm not advocating that, but what I am thinking about and talking about here is, what are the things, for example, do you have a marketing funnel, right, or a sequence that is more than 15 steps, right? So somebody opts in or somebody says yes, they want your thing. Do you have a sequence that's more than 15 steps? If you do, I'm going to challenge you to go look at the sequence first and see if it's working. That's the first thing. If it's not working, then look at that. But I want you to look at it if it's more than 15 steps and say to yourself, is this really necessary, right? Do I need this many steps, or are there ways that I can simplify this and really, make it easier, make it fewer steps, and get either the same or better results? So that's a challenge that I really want you to look at. How do you simplify? How do you begin to eliminate things that are making things harder instead of simpler, right? And we've all had this happen. We invested in something because we thought it was going to simplify, or we thought it was going to make our lives and our business easier or better. And in fact, it just made things more complicated and harder. So look at those things. I'm going to challenge you this week to find 3 things in your business that you could eliminate or simplify in the next 7 days. And then do that. And see what happens. See if you have less stress. See if your life is easier. And it could be that in order to simplify, instead of taking something away, you actually need to add something. Maybe you need, a project management software to help you manage all the projects that you have. So it's not about taking away, it's about simplifying, and that's a different question. That's a different story. So if you would like some help simplifying and looking at and finding the holes in your business, I would love to have you at my upcoming event, November 7th and 8th. It's called Plan, Grow, and Succeed. And that's what's the simplify idea really is about, right? Is how do you look at things? How do you make a plan to simplify? And then how do you grow in a way that's easier, that's simpler, that requires less, and succeed in a much bigger way, no matter how you define success? PlanGrowAndSucceed.com. Check it out, November 7th and 8th. It's going to be a great event. We're going to talk a lot about list building. We're going to talk a lot about how do you simplify your business. We're going to talk a lot about how do you grow your business. And finally, you're going to walk away with your plan, limited to only 30 people. That's not a made-up thing. That's the real deal. 30 people. You're going to walk away with your specific plan, not only for 2020, but for the first 90 days, either of 2020 or the 90 days from December, January, February. It's your plan, so you get to make it. But the 90-day plan, the step-by-step of what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it for when you leave the event. So it's going to be a great time. I'm really excited. I can't wait. Again, there is a 30 people maximum at the event, simply because I do a lot of one-on-one, and because we do some implementation, and I want everybody to leave with the number one thing that they came for. So that is a little bit of the difference in the events that I do as opposed to some of the other bigger ones that you might see. So check it out. Go to PlanGrowAndSucceed.com. If you have questions, hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to answer them. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Have a great day.